Crafting your brand image is what separates you from everyone else today.
Building a positive online brand takes time, but it's the most profitable thing you will do for your personal growth. Your personal brand is the only way to get paid what you're worth today, so you must learn successful branding strategies. There is no such thing as job security anymore. You might be good at a certain skill set, but someone else across the globe is able to perform that same skill set better than you and most likely cheaper than you. The people who have learned how to represent their personal brand online will always have a head start. Your brand is a perception or emotion maintained by someone other than you that describes the total experience of having a relationship with you. David Breyer. Do you know that just by existing, you already have a personal brand? If the way people think of you is the same as they think of millions of other people, you have a weak brand. And a weak brand is synonymous with no brand. Personal branding has gone from a nice to have to a must have today. There are too many options online, so just offering a quality product or quality service is not enough to differentiate you from the competition. Your uniqueness, and for that matter, your personal brand, is more than important today to guarantee your success in life and in business. Many of us are hesitant with choosing our core values. The false idea we have is if I say something and then the next day say something else which contradicts what I previously said, people might look at me as crazy, especially when the evidence can so easily be referenced online. Yet the reality is, most people are walking contradictions. Most people are juggling between seemingly opposite personalities. One day, I might strongly believe that the earth is round. The next day, I might find evidence to suggest the earth is flat. And then I change my idea. There is nothing wrong with that. The most important course of action here is that you define your core values and you're aware of what they are, however contradicting they may seem. I certainly don't value the same things that I did 2 years ago. And I know in the next 2 years, as I learn more, as I grow and I develop in my philosophy, my core values might evolve. It's really daunting to tell yourself that you're going to be talking about this niche for the next 10, 15 years or 5 years. You need a high level of self awareness to have that kind of foresight. And I'm still stuck on this topic of picking your niche and defining your core values because if you don't, you're going to get stuck. I too was stuck here for a long time. There were two solutions that helped me with defining my core values. The first is I should and I understand that as time goes on, I'm going to evolve in the way I think, what I value will change. And secondly, is to make content for who you were 2, 5, 10 years ago. I might not have it set in stone who I want to be for the next 10 years, but I know who I was 5 years ago, who I was 10 years ago. I know what type of thoughts I had, what types of problems I faced, and I knew the illusions I had. Who better else to teach my younger self than me? The thing with making content for your younger self is that someone out there right now thinks the way you thought 5 years ago. And if there's someone you're going to resonate with and help with their problems, it's going to be that person because you've grown through the problems they've had and you have better foresight and understanding of their current situation. Teaching your younger self is a great way to start building your personal brand no matter what stage in life you are. There is someone out there who needs your help today, and that's the uncanny fact. To be authentic is literally to be your own author, to discover your own native energies and desires, and then to find your own way of acting on them. Warren G. Bennis. If we don't define ourselves, our values, and what we stand for, we don't even have a fighting chance in this game. The idea behind defining yourself is that now you can communicate a clear value and a unique identity to your potential clients. Your customers want to know what's in it for them, and clearly stating your values lets your customers know what they're getting. If you're still unsure how to pick a niche, just pick 3 topics which you like to talk about: dog walking, cooking, and entrepreneurship. It doesn't really matter early on what you're talking about. What really matters is you have a North Star. You have some things to create topics about. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Mahatma Gandhi. The first step to receiving is giving. So just keep giving. We are inundated with information today. You can't put your best stuff behind the paywall and then expect people not to tune you out and go seek that information elsewhere. Becoming an expert will happen over time. Just keep putting your best information out there, because if you don't, there are 10,000 other people who are going to do it for free. And putting out your best information is not bad business in the age of information today. In fact, you're putting out your best stuff forward because the clients who want to work with you are willing to pay you premium so that they can get your undivided attention to solve a problem that is specific to them. But to earn the trust of these prospective clients in the future, you have to give your best stuff for free and just put it out there. People don't care who they got the value from, they just care that they got value from someone. Just keep pre-delivering your best stuff in advance. You can go on Facebook groups, you can go on communities like school, you can go on Quora. Better yet, you can go on people's YouTube comments and just answer questions in people's comments. You'll be surprised how people discover you and how you can easily build an audience online just by putting yourself out there and giving the right information. Amateurs get paid on the front end. Experts get paid on the back end. People who want your knowledge and want your undivided attention will find a way to get access to you. So you've defined your core values. And if you can't define your core values, I said, teach your younger self. Help who you were a few years back by making content for them. Once you have that in mind, now you're ready to get known by focusing on your distribution platforms. My personal advice when it comes to distribution is to start small, to focus on one or max two major platforms. The first platform is going to be your long form platform. The second is going to be your short form platform. The long form platform is very important, especially when it comes to establishing yourself as an expert. This can be YouTube, long form podcast, it can be Zoom calls. This is where you're showcasing your expertise in depth. You're trying to gain as much digital real estate as possible with your long form strategy, while, of course, showcasing your expertise that you're the best person in your skill set. This is where your clients can take the time to research you, to gain lots of in-depth value from you, to analyze your personality, your values, and know that you're the best person to help them solve their problems. Your long-form content strategy is the most important because this is where you're going to be showing hard proof that you're the best person with your specific skill set. I know experts don't chase clients, but the clients who want to work with you in their own time and at their own convenience, after doing their research and knowing you're the best person for the job, will approach you and they'll be willing to pay you to solve a problem specific to them. After you have a good rhythm with your long form strategy, now you can focus on more short form and short form platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. These are high engagement platforms. These are platforms where you post little snippets of yourself, but also it allows for human interaction. So if you're on YouTube and you have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's very hard for a stranger to find you and give you money through YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow for that kind of interaction. But on Instagram, for example, someone can DM you. You can DM them back, figure out what their main pain points are. When it seems like a mutually beneficial transaction, they're willing to do business with you off Instagram, DMs, or the short form content platforms. I call this a high engagement platform where you can show a more human side of yourself. To put this in marketing terms, your long form content platform allows you to source leads, and your short form high engagement platform allows you to close the sale. Working with people overseas has become the new norm. Your clients will have no problems, no issues getting to you. Your economy is not limited by geography anymore. So establishing your personal brand will attract potential clients from all over the world. You also have to remember to get involved in the conversations. Every sale is made during a conversation. So providing value to people on Quora, on Facebook, on YouTube comments, anywhere you can potentially provide value is good business. Let's look at the strategies I listed above. First, you must define your core values. If you don't know what your core values are, you're most likely going to fail. If you can't define your core values, whatever stage you're in, try and teach your younger self, people who are 10 years behind you, 5 years behind you. You know how you thought when you were younger. It'll be easy to have your content resonate with people who were thinking the way you did previously. Help them with their situation. Thirdly, you have to put your best information forward. You can't hide behind a paywall. You have to put your best stuff out there because the people who really want to work with you have no problems finding you, because if they want to work with you, they most likely want your undivided attention to solve a problem specific to them. Fourth, you have to focus on one or two platforms. The first, for long form, where you can showcase your expertise in detail. The second, short form, high engagement, where you can have conversations of rip and close potential clients. Lastly, you have to get involved in networking. Meet people, go out, share your brand with people who you connect with. Online, share your brand with as many people as possible. As long as you're getting involved in the conversations, you're more likely to be found by potential clients. I hope this video was helpful, and good luck with building your personal brand.